boys and girls. So it's the beginning of June and guess what? We've signed another player already. Hey, let's crack open the champagne. No, let's just wait for a little bit. But no, it's official, it's been confirmed. Arsenal have signed Borussia Dortmund's Greek defender, Sokratis. Now, I am not going to try and pronounce his surname because I will absolutely butcher it. But yeah, as I said, it's official. We have got our first piece of business done for the summer. We have started the defensive reinforcements. Now, what do we know about Sokratis? Well, he's 29 years old. He's actually 30 years old on the 9th of June. So he's very, very experienced. Previous clubs, he has played for AC Milan, albeit he only played a handful of games, but in his time there, he actually won a Serie A title. He has, of course, had spells at AEK Athens, Genoa, and Werder Bremen, but it's most notably his time at Borussia Dortmund where he's actually came to prominence. So we look back at kind of his career at Dortmund. He's been there since 2013. He's a very, very no-nonsense, rugged defender. Some will say this is the kind of defender that Arsenal need. Someone that's not scared to get physical, someone that's not scared to get stuck in. Someone that may bring a little bit of stability back in that central area. There are some that of course say that he's a liability and that he's just a poor man's Mustafi. But you know what? You will never know until you try. Any signing is a risk. We could go out there and buy Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, and they could flop. You never actually know. I've spoken to a few Dortmund fans that I know and I've watched him regularly over the last 5 years or so, and it's very mixed reviews. Now, some will say that he's kind of suited to the Premier League, that he can kind of get used to that physicality, he will enjoy that, he will thrive on it, and he's actually a good signing for Arsenal. There are some that are saying that he's declining, that over the last couple of years that he's just got, you know, worse, and so he will not actually be a good signing. Now, we're paying around about 15 million euros for him, so it's not a lot of money, but it's still a big gamble. Now, I feel that this signing is more of a Sven Mislintat signing than a Unai Emery. We were linked with him way before Emery became the Arsenal manager, and of course, Sven knows him very well from his time at Dortmund. Now, things are very different at Arsenal because before, with Arsene Wenger, he had total control of everything. Transfers, the yes, the no's, you name it. People could put suggestions to him, but he would always have the final say. Things are very, very different right now with the club. I feel that there's a lot more people involved. Of course, you've got Sven Mislintat, you've got Raul, who's recently came in from Barcelona. And then, of course, you do have Unai Emery. It's how these people all mix together and whether there will be some clashes along the way. So far, everything seems okay. Emery obviously has sanctioned this as well and said, yep, let's go through with it. I'm happy with this signing. But yeah, there's some others along the way, some other names that we've been linked with. We have a look at Steven Nzonzi, for example. That is a player that Unai Emery knows very well from his time at Sevilla, and it seems like he wants him to come to Arsenal. Sven Mislintat isn't too sure about him. He's got his eye on the likes of Decorah from Watford. Very similar type of player to Nzonzi, but only 25 years old. So, yeah, who will actually get the final say on that one if we go for one of them? Will Sven Mislintat get it? Or will Unai Emery get the overall say? But like I said, so far it seems to be working, and hopefully there doesn't end up with complications later on down the line. But yeah, for this one, Sokratis, he is an Arsenal player. I'm really happy about it, to be honest. It's nice to see us addressing problems nice and early, especially before the World Cup. What's important about that is that the players get a time to integrate with other players, and of course with a new manager it's important for him to get a settled side nice and early, especially before the pre-season tour out in Singapore. Now briefly before I forget, actually, these Dortmund fans that I was speaking to about Sokratis, The ones that were saying that he's going to be a flop, and ones that were saying that, you know, he could do really well at Arsenal. These were the same people that I spoke to about Aubameyang. And, you know, some of them said that they didn't think that he was going to do anything in the Premier League. Well, we already know how that one's turned out, because the guy's been sensational since he came to the club in January. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what actually happens with Sokratis. Like I said, it's nice that we're getting signings done early. And it's nice that we're fixing problem areas, because we know how desperately we need to sort that defence out. So, yeah, I'm happy. And Sokratis, welcome to Arsenal. I'm out of it.
4, 3, 2, 1.